I'm sure you've heard the phrase, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Well, here we're going to give you pay no attention to the curtain. Is what it is. It helps me with my dark background pictures. I have another opportunity to create a 16-inch model tree, and so we're going to go through that and take you through the whole process, giving you little glimpses here and there. Ultimately, it takes a lot more time to create the video than it does if I were to just do the work and create the tree. So that's why you haven't seen as many videos lately. And so I'm going to do my best to give you a little bit of show on this and maybe make it a little more raw, a little less editing, because I've got a lot to do. In addition to this one, I've got 5 other trees that need to be created, and it's going to take some time. So this is a fresh green, meaning live, sagebrush armature that I just cut this morning. And so it's got a lot of its own foliage here, and I'm trimming some of those because they have longer leaves than I want to be able to receive the fake greenery that I'm going to be putting on. So we've got to clean that up a little bit, and then of course we're going to have to add to it, because we've got a lot of bare branches in here that aren't going to receive leaves very well. We've got some dead pieces there from this piece that was broken, probably hit by a golf ball because it was in a gully near a golf course. So I'm going to have to glue that together and do a little trimming, add a little material to it so that we can receive green leaves, and then put the leaves on. So here we go. So I thank you for watching today. Thanks for coming to the channel. I would appreciate a like, hit the thumb, and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue in the center of that, and then I'm just going to put a little clamp on it and see if we can bring those two pieces back together the way they ought to be. And hopefully that'll take care of that. And then while we're letting that sit, I'm going to start adding material here. I have multiple options for adding this material. I've got some of these dead flower tops here. I've got the smoke tree. I've got the sedum, dragon's blood stuff, so we'll probably do a bit of that. So we're just going to use a compilation of many different things here. And let's see. There it is. One of my favorite new options is the broom snakeweed. It has a pretty good look to it. So we will just get a bunch of that prepared, and then build out our tree. One of the things that I've been trying to do as I have continued making these model trees and learning from the process is to make it look very realistic and My earliest trees, I put a lot of small branches and leaf material up at the very top there, but not much in between. And while some trees might look that way, I think overall most of them are going to have more material along the way, more branching. Throughout, and so that's one thing I've been trying to do, is make sure that I'm adding the branching in multiple areas, all the way along the main branches and trunks and trees, so that we have a very natural look to things. And even though this is a natural material and it is grown, I'm still going to trim it a bit. That's the interesting thing, is to decide how much of this do we leave as is because it's nature, it was actually grown, and how much of it do I chop off and take away. And ultimately I've got to trim it a little bit so that I can leave enough open to see through the branching, but yet have enough in there to make it look full. And so that's kind of one of the challenges that that I've had, that I'm working with here. So I put quite a bit of time into adding a lot around this tree, and so many branches with invisible glue. A lot of times the placement of the glue gets forgotten. I forget where I put it, and it's been kind of tricky. But we're coming along, getting a lot of this smaller material on here that will receive all of the leaf material. And I have to say, I still prefer the hot glue. It's cheap and easy. The Hobby Tack definitely is a good option, but there I was, forgetting where I was again. But it requires thinking ahead and preparing, and the way my job is right now, I don't really have a lot of time for that. When I have time to do the tree, I need to do the tree as soon as possible. And so I need something that dries faster, not something that I have to wait around for. So I really like the hot glue. It holds very well. It'll hold even larger branches together, as you've seen with this make today. And it holds immediately. So I'm afraid that is the one I am going to stick to. Pun not intended there. Alright, so I'll continue adding these and come back to you when we're ready to take it to the next step. Alright, so there we are with everything ready to receive the greenery. I'm leaving the clamp on there because I want that to hold real well. But pretty soon we're going to take this out and make it a real tree. Well, you remember this is what we started with. I didn't do any video of spraying the tree to put the green on because I did that outside and didn't have my tripod out there. But this is the final tree for this make. Thanks for watching. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, all that stuff really helps the channel. Have a great day.